Hello, Kaloo, what are we doing today? Today we're going to be obviously going over Spell of the Black Magician, a Russian role-playing game about going on a magical quest to kill a black magician. Not that way. We got an alert. See everyone? I set up the alerts properly this time. I don't know if you heard anything there. I can't hear it, but there's supposed to be noise. But yes, we do in fact have some actual alerts now that that pop up in the corner. Maybe I should change the color of the font, though. That would be probably a good idea, to change the color of the font so it can actually be seen. I know that's somewhat of a novel concept, but hey, I'm experimenting. But yes, hello. We're going to be working on, obviously we're going to be working on good old Spell of the Black Magician. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. How are we all doing tonight? Clean my glasses a little bit because I cannot see anything, and celebrate Russian tradition. Delicious. Right one? I did. Good old fashioned. Gun down Manly. Yeah, Manly has been shot. Good job, Manly is dead. Yes, we've got new announcements. I know the audio does work. I actually heard the audio there, which is a plus. So we're making progress, everyone. I will probably change the font color because I realized that, wait, I usually do things on white, so maybe making the font white is not the best idea. But, yes, hello. Let's get to it. So, generally speaking, we have to do magic items today. The goal is to get all of this into... Well, frankly, I want to get as much done as physically possible. I'm feeling relatively confident. There's a lot to do, but it's not that much as well. There's a lot, but not an absurd amount, which that's good because I can actually make this work a little bit as well in my favor, because it's just going to be a lot of this. Gonna be perfectly frank with y'all. It's just going to be a lot of just double checking all the wording and double checking everything to make sure everything works correctly. And Manly getting gunned down in the streets. What a shame. I don't know how Manly... I don't know why people hold Manly in such hatred, you fucking monsters. What did good Manly ever do to you? Nothing. He did nothing. He was a hero to this family. Now he's dead. Dead like my hopes and dreams. Luckily, I have this Russian VTuber to keep me happy, keep me occupied from the nightmares. Truly, what a dark day. What about this deep, dark fantasy? Communist Purge Live. Congratulations, everyone. Yes, no, I actually have a bunch of different things now. Mostly when it comes to people following, subscribing, or anything like that. So if you want to test things out, feel free to follow. If you're not following already, which you all should be, because why wouldn't you? Why aren't you following? I feel so lonely. Here's the thing. I actually thought for the longest time you had to do like all all of the like stream notifications and stuff. Hello phone. I actually thought that was in a different program. I thought that was like through Streamlabs or something. I didn't know it was just through Twitch. That sounds kind of silly, but it sounds silly, but yo, that's just how I've always just believed it. And now, going through everything, it's been like, oh, this is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It's just very time consuming. That's the one thing about adding like notifications and stuff. It just takes a lot of time, and it just takes like, okay, you got to go through here, you got to double check this, well, you got to double check this. To get cookies. But yeah, no, it's been it was a very productive day. Got some work done on Fear and Hunger, got some good Kaparashi, also reading. I'm having to help my tech illiterate parents and their tech illiterate grandparents figure out how to use Hulu in 2 houses. Oh no. Well, I mean, if they have multiple screens, it should be fine. It should be easy enough, but Hulu's not the one trying to, like, implement, like, total screen share death, if I remember correctly. They're still relatively cool about that. Hopefully they are. We're fucking paying for it. But, I know Netflix kept threatening that, but then everyone universally hated that idea because it's a terrible idea and no one likes it. The secret to huge success is everyone hates this, and why would you do it? Though I've actually been investigating more into the YouTube thing and total YouTube death. Far easier said than done. Unfortunately, just due to the nature of YouTube and its various things, and since I primarily listen to everything on my my PC, it's like, oh, we'll just download things like Revanced and stuff. It's like, well, that's not really gonna work for me because I don't use my phone to watch YouTube on, which I don't get people who can. Honest to God, I do not get people who, like, that's the only way they know how to, like, watch YouTube and stuff. Don't get it. I find it insane. But I also have a phone from roughly 1942 phone years, so bear that in mind, everyone. If I'm not responding to your questions right now, it's because I am very focused on all these magic items. Very magic. My magic items. Hello everyone, it's me. Do you want to go find my magic items? Ooh yeah. Yeah, baby. I sure do love some magic items. Oh yeah. My deep, dark fantasies. Correct. Oh boy, magic words that may or may not exist. I love fake words. They're the best. But yeah, tech illiteracy is a fun and exciting thing to fix. Though, luckily my mom does enjoy her new little Fire tablet. She's been enjoying that quite a bit. The fact that she learned how to use it so quick, I was so proud of her. Even though she didn't know how to set it up properly. Let's see. There are many, many items here. 18 total items, because these are all random items we can get. I'm gonna make a wild guess is that these are all random items we can pick up by rolling D18. Sorry, K-18, because this is the K-18 system. Yeah, I love the K-18 system, don't you guys? I legitimately believed for a moment that I was going to be happy, but then I saw this. Papa, there's a lot of things to go on. Good cabarashing. Here comes the boys. Here comes the men. Yes, welcome to the wonderful world of DUWANGing, otherwise known as just trying to make all this shit work properly. This is just one of those aspects of DUWANGing where this is not fun content. This is grinding content. This is just, you gotta make sure everything looks correct, and you gotta put all the right notes in. You gotta put all the right little bits and pieces in. Because if you don't put all the little right pieces in, it's gonna break, and then you gotta do it again. Double check things, and then you go down a rabbit hole and figure out how to speak things. But unfortunately, Russian is also a magic language that barely works. I love the magic language of Russia. It's a silly language. Oof. Ow. 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 Russia's a meme language where Jason buying chocolate and chocolate buying Jason are the same sentence. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, Jesus. Oh, goodness. People are posting cringe. And you want to know what happens when people post cringe? I have to look at it. Because I am compelled by cringe. I am empowered by cringe, even. It gives me purpose. It gives me life. Without cringe, I am nothing. With cringe, I am something. Born again. I am the cringe man. I'm like the Batman, except not nearly as cool. Oh my God, it's Batman. What are you doing, Batman? Why are you doing that to the Joker? Oh no. Commissioner Gordon told you to do what to the Joker? What? No. Why are you doing that to Commissioner Gordon, please? I remember Commissioner Gordon ordering Batman to rape the Joker threads. Truly. Tis a simpler time. Tis an easier time in life. Before things got complicated and hard. But apparently the world wants to make life complicated and hard these days, I've learned. Yeah, we got that, I know it's the latest news with the notepad add-on. We've got the SSS Sniper Wolf, or whatever the fuck she goes by. that entire debacle. I don't even understand fully what's happening there. Like, she doxed a dude who was doing a thing on her, and I'm like, what the fuck? What compels you to do this, SSS Sniper Wolf? Is it the like, what? But why? Why would you do such a thing? Ancient magical weapons and armor created as a rule in immaterium times, even before the War of the Gods, and given the ownership of considerable advantage metal. We find an artifact. Determine which of the 18 artifacts you found. No one can take artifacts away from you, and you can't lose them. Time immemorial. The Beyond Times. Let's see. The Ice Sword. Yes, I do like the Ice Sword. Ice Sword would be... Tell me more about the Ice Sword. Legend has the sword was forged a millennia ago by Voltingar, the stronghold of the people of the Tourney. People worship the moon. We're werewolf people who worship the moon gods. One's located at the foot of the Lankar Mountains, towering over the now sunken island of Lank. The sword is the last so-called moon blades. An ancient time for moonbeams of anvil stars are melted into gold. Crucibles become the hilt of the sword. Look at the bell dedicated to the moon blades. The blade of the blade really looks like it is made of pure transparent ice, but the ice is much stronger and sharper than any steel. I like it how now let's get some lore in this in the fucking house. I'm in. Let's get some lore. P, you sure about that? You sure about that, Chief? You sure that's P? We'll look at it later. Fire sword. What does the fire sword do? Tell me more. When the blades are forged in the hot forge of the underworld by the great infernal blacksmiths. The blades of these swords are forged from hellfire, capable of burning souls. These swords once belonged to the demon warriors, fought the terrifying battles of the War of the Gods. The swords entered the hand of mortals and changed hands many times over the millennia. He is the son of a great fire, which soul melts. He cuts the light, ringing in he sings, destroying the world. Is dedicated to this blade. All I'm saying is a demon forged blade of like... Oh, what's your weapon? A demon forged blade that can cut fucking souls? Hell yeah, I'm in. If I can help, the +2 means +2, I think. Yeah, the thing is, Tuberculite, you don't know with this game. L is any hand. The R is... So right is the main hand, L is any hand. So let me just do... The Ice Sword can be used in any hand. Fire Sword can be used in main hand. Okay. Excalibur. We just have fucking Excalibur, which this should be your two-hand if I recall correctly. Two-handed sword. Yeah, well, actually, it's kind of in the name. The two-handed sword Excalibur. Let's learn about Excalibur, the legendary sword of one of the great rulers of antiquity, given to him by the gods in an era of turmoil that followed the War of the Gods. When all the great empires of antiquity fell, plunged into the chaos of senseless That's not a word. Like, is that? That's actually a word. Internecine? Internecine. It's an actual word. It's just a weird word. But I can't say anything because of eruditeness. Erudicine word. The sword is lost. According to legend, the sword can belong to a direct descendant of the ancient king or to someone who's worthy of his powers. To me, my Excalibur. Oh yeah, you just bring out fucking Excalibur. Oh yeah, we're so back. You may not like it, but get the druid club. Drew's weapon is a club carved from the branch of the sacred tree and absorbed its magical energy. The property of this club is to multiply damage in the battle of strength, the one who owns it. There are 3 such clubs in total, 2 of which are sacred to the druids as the tree from which branches they were made, and 1 was stolen 2 centuries ago. So you have a stolen one. P is for main, club is for main. Oh, god damn it. P is main. Gotta remember that. Yeah. Let's see. L's yeah. This is the beautiful thing when it comes to you speak. Yeah. Mara here has been fundamental to the Russian experience. I have not. I've just put him down this dark path. Lightning dagger. Blue lightning. This can be used in any hand. Because it's L. So let's see. According to the legend, this dagger is made by the great warrior and gunsmith? We'll use armor. Like, what? We're gonna change that to armor. Armor, Ankar of antiquity. Ankar of antiquity. Ooh, by the blow of his famous blade, cut off parts of the lightning that struck Nir's workshop. It made his famous dagger from the piece of the lightning. Alright, I'm in. The chrome axe. Oh, there is an axe. Barbarian Chads, rise up. We're gonna make it, everybody. Let's see. So, a huge axe capable of easily and naturally dissecting stones once belonged to the god of the northern barbarians, Crom. They put fucking Crom in this. Crom. My wizard. Crom. Korumu. I'm okay with I'm okay with just calling it Crom. We're already going there. So according to the legend, excavated by the ice giants of the Nine Forges, tops of the Misty Mountains. Fuck it. Once this axe granted centuries ago to the Grey Warriors, caused discord between the barbarian clans during the War of God. Thunder Axe disappeared without a trace. I guess it was called the Thunder Axe, not the Chrome Axe. Rainbow Bow. Oh boy, the Rainbow Bow. What's the Rainbow Bow like? Creation of the Elven Masters. According to the legend, it was a piece of real rainbow. The striking property of the blow is that the arrows released from flight split, and not 1 but 2 arrows stick into the chain. Stick into the... Owned by one of the great elven archers who fell in battle with the hordes of orcs on the Indian plains. The valuable trophy in the hand of the orc was lost to them during the war with the alliance of the northern principalities. All of these events took place before the War of the Gods, and now those is a lost shrine of the elven people. Relic, according to the lay, property both aerified, bifurcates in flight. Not one, but sticking to the... Where are you sticking to the... Arrow... Like, it's clearly chain. I guess we'll go with chain for right now. It feels like there's something I'm missing with that, but I'm okay with... let's see. Okay, it's a typo. Let's see. There we go. Maybe it's the rainbow longbow. If we double check, if we go back to 7, like, I believe it is literally just called the rainbow bow. Yeah, it's just the rainbow bow. They don't even have a longbow. Now, if you want real comedy hours, this next one is going to be a bow as well, because that's the word bow right there. Like, it's not even edgy lore. It's like trying too hard lore, if that makes sense. They're like, oh, we need to be as epic as Lord of the Rings. Product of another magnificent product of the Elven Masters. In later times, the great battles of War of the Gods died down. The elves had to replacement for the famous rainbow bow. It's as cool as the rainbow bow. It's just gold. Please, God, like. All I'm saying is, imagine you're playing and you get the gold bow. Imagine you get the rainbow bow first, like, oh cool, I've got a cool elven super weapon. And then later on you get the gold bow. Like, that's gonna feel so lame. Like, oh, I've got the legendary rainbow bow. Oh, I've got the other legendary bow that's suspiciously like the rainbow bow, but not as cool. And it's like, oh, well, and everyone just kind of like shuffles away and be like, who wants the other legendary bow? It's like, who wants the other legendary bow? Sorry. You don't got the cool legendary bow, you got the lame one. The bow of the Arc of Darkness. I can guarantee you a bunch of very drunk Russian men were like, so, Bow was created by the Dark Elves who dedicated themselves to serving the forces of darkness, capital. According to the legend, this bow was created by the darkness, which the ancient tomb of one of the hierarchs of the unnamed is immersed. I have no idea what the fuck the hierarch of the unnamed is, but I'm in. The amazing property of this bow is that arrows fired from it always hit the target. The bow was used on battlefields of the War of the Gods and disappeared from sight from mortals long after. Now, you may be wondering, is it replicated at all in the mechanics? No, it's in fact not replicated in that. You just kind of have to say, yeah, this bow always hits its target. Hence why it does only D6 damage. That sounds so bad. I know it sounds bad, but we love it. We love the rainbow bow. Okay, let's see. It can't be that bad. The magic shield of Eleanor. The magic shield of Eleanor DeGeneres. Once it was very ordinary, unremarkable shield, but Irinor, one of the most powerful magicians in Anad, put a spell on it that deflects the blades of the enemies, and the shield itself is strong as a stone. Darkness fell upon Anode. The shield belonged to the kings of Canada. And no one knows what happened to it after the terrible event preceding the disappearance of Anad. Kings of Canada. Can we call it something else? Can we call it Canad? Let's call it Canad, alright? I like Canad. There we go. No, not the Kings of Canada. Canad. We'll just use Canad. Oh, that's not accurate, Notepad. We are not going to go to the Kings of Canada. Just deadly serious. Localization rate. Does that mean it has indefinite range as well? I have no idea. So, oops, sorry. Oh no, no, don't mean to do that. See, no, all the shield does that if you hit it, he makes you want to kill yourself. No, Canada, no, Kings of Canada. What could have happened? Part of me wants to keep the Kings of Canada. Another part of me is we need to maintain a serious tone to this very serious game. The Magic Helmet of Clindrome. Magic Helmet. Let's learn about Clindrome, everybody. I want to learn about Clindrome. The helmet made by Kildrum, the court magician of the King of Ilar, and smelted in the mines of hell. No, it's just fucking hell. He literally made. All right. The helmet cannot be pierced by a split by either human, elven, or demonic weapons. The helmet belongs to Ilar kings, but Ilar, like Anad, fell swept away by the waves of darkness. Helmets are lost. So we're piecing together deep lore. This is Dark Souls lore, everyone. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone, but this is just hardcore Dark Souls lore. Undora's ice chainmail. Oh, it's ice chain. I bet the Kings of Canada would have appreciated the ice mail. Undor's first great armor. Nope, didn't mean to click that. Nope, back. Was one of the greatest armorers of Voltangir. From his hands came a lot of swords, armor that went down to legend. His famous creation was the ice chainmail. According to legend, its rings roam from moonlight. And then it's all the human kingdoms exist for the war of the gods. According to legends, chainmail withstood the blow of fiery sword of one of the demons in battle. The walls carried it. Probably the sword, the fire sword. Capital of the empire. During one legend, the ice chainmail of Undor became prey of the demons who kept it in the chamber of one of the highest hierarchs of hell. According to the legend, the chainmail is securely hidden and waiting for a great warrior who put it on at the hour when a deadly threat looms over the world again. Not magic plate armor, magic chainmail. It's very important. You don't have magic. We love magic chainmail. The magic shell of Clindrome. Very different from the magic helmet of Clindrome. That same origin helmet described above. It was created from the mysterious infernal metal for King Ilar and the royal court magician. Shell is considered irrevocably lost. Yeah, it's like the one above. Yeah, it's like that. Magical. That's it. We don't got anything else. Oh, magical plate. Haha. That's lots. Magical plate. Plate armor. Haha. See, it's different. It's not just magical. That's not magic armor. It's magical plate armor. According to the ancient legends, these armors were forged on the eve of the War of the Gods, in the fiery depths of the underworld, for the leader of the demon army. These armors will have amazing properties. They can change the shape and size at the request of its owner. In the surviving descriptions of the battle of that war, the leader of the demon host is dressed in black armor studded with sharp spikes. But this does not mean that they will look exactly like this on an immortal warrior. Besides, both humans and elves are inferior to demonic commander in size. But since the war was lost by the forces of hell, the armor remained in the human world. Their last owner, Nikur, the great warrior from Namir, swore to descend into the underworld and challenge the lords of the infernal abyss into battle. In this event, Nikur disappeared without a trace, and with it, the famous armor disappeared. Oh no! It's the sacred magical plate armor. Magic bracelet winding. Winding? Yeah, no, it's magic bracelet one. I bet there's going to be a good reason for this, right? Namzog is a famous magician from Namir, one of the authorship of the Book of Darkness is attributed, even before he turned his service to the forces of chaos and was one of the many sea magicians. He made a bracelet to increase the protection of the ones who owns it. King Namir and many magical items made the city disappear without a trace, and the city fell. Many mages of the sea crafted bracelets to increase defense of whoever wields it. There we go. Have no fear. I will use the magic bracelet. Behold, this legendary spirit, blessed by Jesus, original pantheon, do not steal. Clinderum was cooking with these ones. Will you keep the names that they are, or will you give them other names according to their background? I will make sure that they all have their original names. I try to keep things as accurate as possible outside of fucking Canada, because I'm not calling the Kings of Canada. I'm not giving them the Kings of Canada. Sorry everyone. Localization fail. I'm not giving you the King of fucking Canada. Yeah, it's literally going to be the magic plate armor. It's going to be the magic shell, which shell armor is a thing in the game. So I'm not like the Arc of Darkness, the rainbow bow. I just want someone to say the rainbow bow like 4 times fast. That'll be great. Magic ring. Can you guess what the magic ring does? It makes... Let's see, what deep lore do we have with magic ring? Before making the bracelet, Amzog created a ring that had magical properties, increasing the power of one who possesses it. It was sent to one of the Roman generals. That doesn't sound right. I don't think it's Roman. No, it's Roman. After the fall of Namzog, at the fall of Namir. I am legitimately going to have to like go through the lore. Like, this is the most amount of lore we've received, by the way. I am going to have to go through the deep and exciting lore and like double check things, because there's actually an entire separate book which is just lore. So I'm probably going to have to go through the lore book and just like pick things out. In the Kenor Empire, which occupies the expanse of almost the entire continent before the War of the Gods, magical amulets brought good luck to those who were widely distributed. Almost all famous and not so famous magicians were engaged in their manufacture without exception. After the War of the Gods, most of these amulets were lost. Only one remained, belonging to the King of Namir, who was called Kenor Amulet. After the falling of the world, he disappeared without a trace. Modern magicians are also engaged in the creation of amulets, but their power is incomparable. Kenor Quinoir. And mind you, this is just like a random item you can find. I just want to see what is let's just play a game. It's gonna be Magic Necklace. Yeah, it's Magic Necklace. I love Russian. The creation of the Elven Masters is a magical necklace that grants its owner a... No. No, I don't want it. Fast, please. The creation of the Elven Magic Necklace grants its owner incredible accuracy. The necklace was given to the elves of the Emperor of Raynor. According to legend, the Emperor, in a conversation with one of the elven leaders, extolled every possible way the incredible accuracy of the elven archers. As a result of this conversation, the necklace was born. The War of the Gods, the necklace disappeared without a trace. I'm getting an impression that the War of the Gods was bad. I don't know about you guys, my media literacy is kicking in a little bit. The whole thief class. Say something out of a Netflix series. Make them Canad generals. Wait, where did this game come from? This is the first Russian role-playing game. This is a Russian role-playing game from, I believe it would be, let me double check the exact date. This was from, let me double check, there is 1997. Now, you may be wondering, what do I mean by the first Russian role-playing game? Because there was another game called Enchanted Country. Enchanted Country is a very different game, but same idea, but that was the first Soviet Union role-playing game. This actually happened right after the fall of the Soviet Union. So, it was one of those interesting moments of just timing where you had really botched translations of various games. This is where I also make fun of Warriors. Very, very weird. They're effectively like board games, almost. Like, that's one thing to note. They're effectively like board games here. There are also many enemies. Now, I want you to play a game with me, everybody. Can you determine which of these two enemies right here, which of these two enemies is the main enemy of Enchanted Country? Can you tell me? Now, you may be surprised, but the Fishman is the primary enemy of Enchanted Country. You defeat him, you have saved the Enchanted Country, TM. However, this is also very important. What do you think his name is? Make a guess. It could be anything you can think of. What do you think of the name of the giant Fishman is? I'll take a drink. Incorrect. Frankenstein. Yes, that's Frankenstein, don't you know? The giant Fishman. Yes, they call him Frankenstein for some reason. I literally triple checked this one because I'm like, that's not his fucking name. The giant Fishman's name is not fucking Frankenstein. It is though. They just named him Frankenstein for some reason. Yeah, Enchanted Country is a fun kind of botched. Yeah, it's a fun kind of botched. There's a bunch of very strange things, because the thing is, you have to remember with Enchanted Country, and in turn Black Magician's spell, its sequel, effectively, is that this was early D&D, about AD&D First Edition, translated into Polish, poorly, translated into Russian, poorly, then reinterpreted by Russians, by the people in Russia who made off-brand Russian Monopoly and Russian Risk, into the first Soviet tabletop role-playing game. Now, Spell of the Black Magician is the sequel game that is trying to kind of, I wouldn't say emulate, but trying to like, oh, well, here's some nostalgia for it. Because it was a lot of these guys' first role-playing game, and so they were like, hey, we're going to make our own version with a lot of the similar features. There are some interesting notes in this game, including the very long, effectively essay. But you also end up with things such as how characters are made, because this is not actually a D20 game. This is a D18 game. That's even funnier. The thing is, it's a D18 game because they just had 2D6s, but needed to somehow try to replicate a D20. So they made probably the first and only D18 system I've ever seen, and it works for some reason. They have life points. Your protection is effectively your AC in this game. Effectively. Because there's no such thing as like a D8 in the game either. So what you have to do a majority of the time is say, hey, the damage value of this sword is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to take my die and say I rolled a 5, so I would have done 6 damage because of this. So you see this over here, this weapon can technically do, the Great Axe, you could do 11 damage with it because it's the 6th place on the die. You do have mana in this game. One of the notes that is fascinating is luck. Luck does everything. Luck is the most important stat in the game, outside every other stat, except if you're a wizard, where you can just ignore all of it. Warriors undergo what we like to refer to casually as cope, because warriors suck. Magicians aren't as broken as they were in Enchanted Country. Still very broken, but they're not as bad. Thieves have luck up the ass. Priests are club wizards, effectively. Barbarians cope. Yeah, that's kind of what we're working with here. It's a very, very fascinating game. Yeah, there's no... If you have the magic amulet if you have a magic amulet on a thief, you will physically never die. It would be incredibly difficult for you to die. Grottos and geckos of sorts. To a degree, it was just interpretation upon interpretation and just botched. Luck is all checks and saves. Pretty much. Outside of when they tell you to not use luck, which is very rarely. Bilbo build not as efficient, but the meta. Yeah, effectively playing Bilbo Baggins. But there's no other races in this game, actually, which I thought was very interesting. There are no, like, fantasy races at all. They're saying, like, oh, there are elves and dwarves and all that, but you can't play any of them. And if you can play them, well, they sure as hell don't give a shit. Okay, it's the magic and spells. Are you ready for some magic? The priest spells. It's priestin' time. Doodle-doo. That actually reminds me, I should bring up Enchanted Country. See how I did the spells, because I forgot how to do the spells. Let me double check how I did this, because we're going to have to do this, and it's going to be a little awkward, but awkward is what we do best. Chronica, what are you doing? Chronica. Oh, good Chronica. Chronica, please. It's me. Okay, so let's see. Like, there seems to be quite a few different spells, so I think we're just going to have to go down the list. But I think we're going to do it like this again. Now, choosing to do it like this again, not because of formatting, but because of we can kind of keep the same idea in place. So let's just choose a random spell. We'll just choose this. This is treatment. This is going to be mana. I'm going to make a guess. This is going to be mana. It's cost 1. Just taking this. Let's see. Place of action, experience. Because, oh yeah, they can level up quickly by healing people. Okay, so we need... So if we're doing this right, this is going to be spell level. We're going to have name. Place of action. Experience. Experience description. So this is how we're going to do it. Let's okay. These are going to get pretty big, so we're going to keep it nice and small. So just to make sure that everything is relative. Actually, why don't I just do this? Because I'm a dumbass. I'm a fucking genius. Cool. Okay, so get rid of you. Delete that table. We take this. We have our first spell, place of action. Oh, I forgot to put cost in, so we need to put in column right cost 1. Place of action. I need to put in Courier Prime. And then we address it as Courier Prime. Courier Prime! Table properties, keep it centered. The greatest role-playing game ever created. Alright, so we do this, we this. So we do oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're so fucking back, boys. We've never been more back than we are right this second. So we just gotta keep going down effectively. These are just first level spells. How many spells do we have? I mean, we have 12 levels of spells in just the priest category. So I'm ready to go. Let's do this. It can't be that bad, man says to himself, delusional. Delusional man huffs copium. One. Yeah. Ba-da-da-dum, dum-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Yeah, it looks like you're getting XP relatively consistent. I do like the fact that you at least get XP relatively consistently as casters who would normally be regulated to support stuff. The unfortunate reality is that casters get everything, because casters are the best thing in the entire game by a country fucking mile. Because they have the magical ability to just say, fuck you, you don't get to have fun anymore. Casters have the magic ability of subverting the gameplay. Here's how we're going to do this. This is going to be a little weird. We're going to below. We're going to that. Merge cell. Go here. We're going to insert table. We need 12. Nani nakayisna. Seven, 8, 10, 11, 12. Leave Brittany alone. Anyone remember that guy? I don't know if he's still kicking. It's been a long time. Ancient memes. 12, 13, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19. No, I'm just typing randomly now. I'm just losing my mind. I'm going crazy. 16, 16, 16, 17, 17, 17. Can we shrink you down just a smidge? Can we shrink you down? Can shrink you, shrink. Shrink you down, shrink you down. Actually, how big are you? You are 0.35. 0.35, there we go. We do that. Little did Notepad know that this would not be the last time he would encounter this. Because that would be my luck, is that they're just going to keep showing up and they're going to get just longer and longer. But yes, we have a few spells tonight to do, but I'm okay with that because it looks like a lot of the spells actually. It's kind of interesting that a lot of spells kind of have the same costs and stuff. Do we have any tables down here? Nope. We're going to take 2. Put number 3 there. 3. 50 per. See, I'm waiting to hit the wizard spells, because the wizard spells are affectionately going to be erase everything, deal 8 billion damage, and kill everyone. Make fun of the warrior, cuck the barbarian. Like, go up to 7+ dex. Spells aren't the same. Some have duration. Some spells are huge checks with tables and shit. I warned you. I'm ready. It was only the 3 while reading the spells. Bloodlust setting every other race are dead. No, it's not even like that. It's just like they do exist, but they don't exist, if that makes sense. There's lots of decks for priests. In this game, when D&D devs weren't too keen on wizards, your spell was spell with after. Oh, they're made in heaven. Made in heaven. Oh god, now you got me all fucked up. I don't know where I am anymore. What did I not copyright? No, everything should be copied right in duration. Yeah. Oh, wait. What are you? What the fuck are you? Time of action. Wait. Place of action. Place of action, time of action. Those are two different things. Why? Why? Oh, why would you do that? Why would you bring these horrible curses upon me and my kin? Okay. Alright. Alright, we can work with it. We can work with this. We're going to do that. What if we just put it in the same thing? Why don't we just do that, huh? What if we just do that instead? Fine, we're doing it. Why? Because I can. Zibbity baba. You know how it goes. So you cost 6, 100. 100. You don't actually have a place? Alright. This guy just doesn't have a place. This is gonna be something real Kino, right? This wouldn't be something something cringe, would it? They wouldn't hurt me that way. They wouldn't dare. Oh god, why are there just I have a strange and beautiful feeling I am going to have to like rewrite chunks of these just to make them flow better. Okay. Yeah, I like spells. How can you tell? I love spells. Get rid of all of you. Oh, look. Putting the wrong XP in the spell with table and spells with duration stat you've copied at XP. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me this is I just wanted this one double check everything. Experience. Experience. Let's just double check. Everything is experience on 1, 50, 10, 10. That's correct. You would just be there. The experience, and then it would be 50, 10. So this would be 50 per level. Okay, so you just cast at higher level spells, you get more experience points. I can only assume that you use it to spot the farm. Cool. Everything should be good there. What is the spell even? What is the spell? Protection from evil. Cool. It's the protect me from the evil. It is the evil, as they say. Uh, 2 NA 150. 18 mile long 18 miles of text. All right, I'm in. I can do this. This is fine. I'm fine. Oh, no. See, I've been fascinated. This is the I like it how some of these are like 1 page, like not even like barely a sentence. And others of them are like 15 miles long. That's the part that I love. And I know for a fact half of these are going to be like 2 sentences long to actually like explain, but I'm ready for that. I'm ready. I'm ready to feel sad about my life. Like, what is this spell even? Is this going to be like the hurt spell? I mean, it can't be that exciting, right? Light. It's the light spell. Light is a 4th level fucking spell, by the way. I want you all to remember that. You need to be a 4th level magician. You are mastering the art of magic, and you have been told no. You have to learn light now. What? No, I didn't. Okay, let's... So, 2 NA 150 block of text. 1 to 2. That's connected correctly. That's connected correctly. 150. That's correct. We go down here to this one. 3. Okay, that one's just... I thought this looked apologies, this looks the exact same. I'm looking at this, I just see this N here. I'm like, yeah, that looks about right. I think that looks the same. 50, good, okay. We good? Or is there another one? Oh god. Okay, you're gonna make me fucking fine. I'm gonna go through and just double check everything. See, now you got me real paranoid. Okay, that's that. Nephritech. Yeah, there. Are you right? Level 1, Nephritech, then Nepotech, Nepotech. Oh, yeah, okay. Gotta be diligent about these things. Can't be relying on my eyes here. My eyes betray me. And you're like, oh, this is completely different. And I'm yeah. See, this is just a rising sense of paranoia. This is just how spells do. So 6, 5, so 6, 5, 6, easy enough. You don't have a target. Nepo, nope. Nepo, 200. So this is 200, 150, 200. Because like it's one of those things where it's a little bit hard to realize. Like my screen setup, to give you an idea of what it looks like. This is how it looks like to me. It's very small text, so I'm kind of looking at things from a different. And I don't want to like zoom in here and be like, okay, that's clearly different, because I'm blind. That's check you. I knew spells were going to be like going to be a hurdle. I knew this. And still, here I am. I could have just not streamed today and people would have not bat an eye, but here I am, trying to entertain the masses. Giving the people what they want. My absolute suffering. So let's see. So let's do Yavya, Yanya. Demo, Amama. Luckily, there aren't too many spells per category. 7, 7, very wording that. Nepo, 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 Ni. Nepo, Nepo, Ni Hao. Ni Hao, 我也很高兴. 안녕. 안녕. You don't know, but I am secretly a Japanese cat girl. I am Ben Shapiro, and I do enjoy being a Japanese cat girl. Consider the following. Why won't my sister give me her Khazar milkers? Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro maxing. Ben Shapiro maxing is the goal of every American man. We all just want to become short. You also don't realize how short that guy is until you look at him, like compared to his sister anyway. You're like, Zam, dude. You're like 4 feet tall. He's like a little dwarf. He's the little gnome man. And I'm just like, oh my god, look at him. He's adorable. Nepo zizi, nepo zizi, nepo ni. Neko ni. Neko ni pa. I've lost my mind. It's over. I'm so sorry, everyone. When we start making Higurashi references, you know, there's nothing good happening now. Content is dead. It's time for shitty Higurashi references. I need to rewatch Higurashi, not replay Higurashi. Playing Higurashi's pain. Rewatch it. Been a while. I do like Higurashi though. Wait, no, it is not save verse 17. It is not save verse. It's save verse 7 fucking teen. Ah! Why? Why would you do this? Alright. Alright, we can do this. This is fine. This is fine. This is perfectly fine. Let's just put it fucking in there. No one else has it. Except you, because you're a nice special boy. You're a nice special boy. Now this table looks terrible. Why? Why would they do that? Why would they just add a random stat now? Why? Just make real tables, Russia. Please. Please, Russia. Why can't you be real? It's that fucking Babadook thing. Why can't you be normal? 999. 999. Fucking I had chicken tonight. It was very good chicken. Fried chicken. Good fucking fried chicken from a local place. And I am feeling it. I am feeling it real good, Mr. Krabs. Because anytime I eat from there, it feels like my entire gut's about to fall out. And it's really good, but real heavy. Don't worry, I've got my drinks, I've got my beer, I've got my crippling inability, my crippling financial burden of alcoholism. You know how it goes. It is the first attack spell. Oh no. Ramton, you made me remember hyenas existed. Since you bothered to explain why Fallout 4 happened, why the suits considered this a good idea? I think the time when Fortnite clones made $1 grillion already ended. Also, why everyone designed UI purple in those. Well, here's the thing. Hyena, like, Fallout 4 makes sense. Like there's clear pipelines of existence there. Hyenas, I think Hyenas has a few different reasons. Unironically, you know, Tuber there because bro, the 80s were like so cool and pink and purple like everywhere. People were crazy. Unironically, you know, like to give you an idea, like let's do, for context sake, because some people might not know what we're talking about. You know, why don't I just put it in the other? Why don't I just make everyone's life worse over here? This was hyenas. This was this weird extraction shooter. Because that's what it was. Because people were like, oh, it was like Fortnite. It wasn't, though. You gotta say that that's a very important thing. This wasn't a Fortnite game. This was an extraction shooter. It was like a PvPvE game, and you gotta fight one another, and you get it because you're hyenas. And people calling it like looter shooter. Like I don't really call it a looter shooter either, but again, it was like trying to be like Tarkov. And it was trying to be Space Tarkov. I think the big thing that was a little bit weird, I think two things happened here. I think that one, pop culture, live mob, billionaires and rival crews, story map, Earth vintage. I think there was an aspect that, how do I want to word this? We're Creative Assembly, we can make things. Hero-based multiplayer extraction shooter. Because we're Creative Assembly, we can make real games, not just Total War chill pieces. Sega is willing to bankroll anything we do. Any game we choose to make, Sega's going to bankroll. So we want to do a looter shooter. But it's not going to be a looter shooter anymore. It's going to be a hyenas. It's going to be an extraction it's going to be a Fortnite game. But then it's not going to be Fortnite anymore. No. Not going to be a Battle Royale. It's going to have to be an extraction shooter. That's the new hotness. And oh, well, how do we what's the gimmick? What's the gimmick? Well, the gimmick is that everything is but like old world like merchandise and pop culture, but everything's just Sega references and old computers and stuff. So you had like this weird let me honestly, your hero key so you had this weird combination of Sega higher ups probably just funneling money into a project that they were like, yeah, this is going to be the big money. This is going to be the big money game where we can really put our own IP in. And you had a company who was kind of drunk off their own success a little bit. We're like, well, we can just do whatever we want. We're going to chase trends rather than make something interesting. And that's kind of the result. I think it was a lot of people who were very confident in themselves. That makes sense. The thing that puzzled me is they tried to put little and fucking Warhammer 3 for the very direct golden cow there for a super expensive game that trashed at the end. Extraction shooters like Payday. Well, trying to be something what? And we and they didn't know. Well, an extraction shooter is like Tarkov. Well, I'll use Tarkov as an example. That's probably the best known one. The entire concept of Tarkov is very simple. I am a dude. I am entering into a zone. I need to loot things. I need to get things. I need to kill other players. I need to kill my enemies, and then get out. I need to extract. I run in there. We kill a bunch of people. We leave, or I fucking grab my thing, or I desperately crawl my way to extraction. Usually the case is you want to kill other players to get their stuff. Maybe there's an objective you want to complete in a match. Maybe there's something that you are trying to extract with. Usually, the risk, you could say, is if you die, you lose everything. Everything you bring in is now being risked to bring out. However, it's like, what do you choose to bring in? Do you bring in a lot of tools to have the off chance of success? Do you bring in very few things but try to leave? Yeah, you're leaving a toy store. You're leaving a toy store when you were with your kid on Christmas Simulator. Effectively, like, do you prepare to go in there a lot with the risk of losing everything, or do you go in with very little but maybe not do as well? There's a lot of. It's been fairly popular. You get things like Hunt Showdown, which does really well for itself. You've got things like Tarkov, obviously. You've got a few of these games, and that was kind of posed to be the next big thing after the hero shooter genre kind of got shot in the head. My theory, anyway, is that Hyenas was, at one point, a hero shooter. It was just a bog standard Sega-based hero shooter, but then they changed it to be an extraction shooter. It's going to be this different kind of game entirely, but we're keeping the hero. And my theory, anyway, is Sega was putting a lot of money into this. Creative Assembly was very drunk off success because they had a lot of resources, they had a lot of fun, they had a lot of tools, and they had as you say yourself, a golden cow. Warhammer 3 is going to make money regardless of what we do. We're fine. So over time, because how long was the Hyenas in development? Curious. Because I remember hearing about Hyenas forever ago. 5-year development time. So to give you an idea, this game would have had to start development roughly in 2019 to 2018. 2018-2019 is when the scale of this game was being, when money was being put into it. Eternally at 2017 even. You know, like so I think for 5 years, rather than everyone making I think Sony was looking at things being like, well, we don't think it's going to do well because, well, it's COVID, obviously, but hero shooters are still going to be the big thing. Which, if you were to say in 2018 you're releasing a hero shooter, then yeah, I think that people would say, well, like, yeah, that's going to be that's the big thing. But I don't think they really planned for the extraction shooter crazed kind of hit. They didn't really plan for a bunch of other things that crit, and then you have Sega just putting money into it. You have Creative Assembly dumping money into it. And then it was kind of like that first initial push of the beta came out. And I think every single person was like, wow, this just fucking sucks. And Sega, it was kind of the first time Sega had a wake-up call a little bit, because I think we would like to believe like every publisher is, you know, like a dab emote was implemented in the code of the game. Yeah. I think there was... People like to believe like publishers have like this weird like ultra authority over their developers. Like every day, you know, a developer goes to work and you see the giant Sega bot. Hello, citizen. Are you deving? Are you having fun? Yes, yes, sir. This is so much fun. Good. Sonic. Like, I know. I think Sega would see things and be like, hey, how's progress? Progress is going great. Cool. Here's another $1 million or whatever. Here's another like just blank check that's going to make us money. And then that initial thing came out and it was like, oh my fucking God, this is going to fail catastrophically. This will kill you. This is going to absolutely murder our business if we do this, because you got to think about it. Sega would be the one paying for the servers, really. So it would be like, oh, we're going to buy a bunch of servers across the world, and then suddenly it's just going to die, so no one's going to play it. So it's like, yeah, this is a bunch of wasted money. That you can, because what they could do now with Hyenas is they can write it off on their taxes, which is the big thing. They can write it off on their taxes and call it just a huge loss. And because they've called it a huge, massive fucking loss, they can get some taxes back. They can effectively get some money back out of something. That's what they're thinking about doing with That's what I've been kind of hearing, like what they've been doing with like Lamplighters League, a little bit with Paradox. Because the thing that's interesting with that is, like, we've seen this before in a cartoon before, you know, something that just was kind of a weird catastrophic failure with Megas XLR. Because in Megas XLR, they wrote that off on their taxes. That's why you can't actually watch that show legally anymore, is because they wrote it off on their fucking taxes, because it didn't do very hot. So that's why it's not available anymore. And if they do that with like Hyenas, they wouldn't be able to do anything else with the Hyenas IP. Hyenas IP would be dead on the ground. However, it's a bad thing. Hyenas was, by many people, the most soulless thing ever to exist. Second only to soulless, second only to like a fucking Marvel movie or something. Like, that's my $1 million theory on why Hyenas was the way it was. Because nobody bothered to check in with one another. Not a single human being sat down with each other and said, "Hey, how's development going? Can we see a test of it?" Nobody saw that. Nobody registered that. Because why would we? Why would we ever do such a thing like that? And then everything blew up in their face. Alas. I think that's kind of the nature of the beast, though. Sometimes is you need to have something just kind of just blow up in your face to say, like, yeah, this is a bad idea, and you were stupid for believing it. You have made a fundamental error in your ways. Please stop. You fucked up. Okay, we're done with 11. Yeah. I've seen more mad people, because of Total War. The game took a hit. Yes, the game took a hit from the magic sword that burned souls. Yes, from the fire sword. Yes. Well, here's the thing with Creative Assembly. Creative Assembly does mostly Total War stuff, but they actually made Alien Isolation. Like, people tend to forget that. They made a really popular first-person game. Effectively a first-person shooter, but a first-person horror game. They made, and there's a lot of people who consider Alien Isolation the best Alien game. And that was kind of the epitome of it, being like, we can do this. Why don't we make something bigger? Why don't we make a brand new IP? Because I think Creative Assembly doesn't... How do I want to word this? I was talking about this earlier. Blood Bowl and fracking Tour de France. Yeah, it's... Creative Assembly's got... They've got a few different games. Not many, but they've got a few. But, like, one of the big things with Creative Assembly is, if you look at it, a lot of their money has come from Total War, but mostly they've they've gotten really big, not on really their own merits, but on the merits of being the people who put out Warhammer Total War. And Warhammer Total War made $1 gorillion. It made $1 bajillion in very simple terms. And if you are reporting to the person who owns you, you're reporting to Sega, saying, Sega, we've made a shit ton of money off this new product. Every product must now, I guess, live up to that. But the thing is, Games Workshop, in theory, could pull the license to Warhammer Total War. They could say, hey, you violated contract, something happened. It's not really your IP. It's not really you don't have power over it. Because anything they choose to want to do differently or want to change in Warhammer Total War, they have got to talk to the Games Workshop guys. Yeah, and there comes a value, and that's I think kind of what happened with Lamplighters. This is where I kind of see a little bit of a comparison between the two. I think this was an attempt for CA to make a very unique IP to them. They wanted Hyenas to be a next franchise. This is going to be our brand new franchise. And they're going to be saying, wow, what do you mean it's going to be our brand new franchise? Well, it's going to be our brand new franchise that we can spin off into other games. Well, here's the Hyenas lore book. Here's the Hyenas merch sales. Here's the Hyenas whatever the fuck you feel like. Hyenas. It's just something they have more access over. Because if you look at it, their historical games have done very poorly. Like, if you want to see something really... Do you all want to feel really sad? You want to see something very miserably sad? Welcome to Total War Pharaoh. Welcome to its fucking numbers. Yeah, you see that player count kind of even out? Yeah, this is not good for a new Total War game. Like, mind you, it came out this week. Like 2,000, 1,600, and it's very consistent, if you notice. Like, it's a very consistent number of people every time. Like, you know, all-time peak is 5,000. And, you know, people are, like, really mixed on it. It's not really doing hot. But let's play a game. Let's do Total War Warhammer, Total War Warhammer 3. Total War Warhammer 3. 14,500 in, you know, currently playing. Not the price, we don't need the price history, but you kind of see Steam charts, very consistent. Peak player count, 24,024 peak player count, 14,000 players right now. The hills and, you know, the ups and downs are a little bit more, a little bit more extreme. Not as much as it was doing, but clearly there are still more people playing it. Kind of even see, though, it's like just the fact that it's been, you know, for 3 years, it's been around for a while at this point. March 22nd is when it came out. Like, it's been out over a year and a half at this point, and it's still pulling in quadruple it's pulling in way more numbers than Pharaoh. Pharaoh was sent out to die, effectively. When a DLC, yeah, when a DLC came out, it probably pulled more. Exactly, but that's kind of the issue is Pharaoh is a failure because it it is being compared to Warhammer 3 or Warhammer 2 or whatever. It's getting compared to Warhammer. Like, oh, well, this game's a failure then because it didn't do Warhammer 3 numbers. And you think about it like that, it's like, yeah, it is pretty much a failure. But kind of like someone was mentioning in the server, like D&D is a colossal kind of a money sink to Hasbro. If we're being really honest with ourselves, D&D, that shit's a money sink. And they're trying to make sure that it gets more money because it needs to catch up to Magic. You know, fucking D&D doesn't make as much money as Magic the fucking Gathering. You know, the largest whale nightmare card game ever to exist ever. Oh, it's not making as much money as that. We needed to make as much money as that. Pharaoh legitimately needed to be better than Warhammer 3 and twice as polished, twice as good, twice as everything, and cost double the amount and do all these other. It needed to do a triple backflip through the air, land perfectly while also cooking a souffle. It didn't, because that is not something that is reasonable to expect from a small Bulgarian team whose only other thing they made was Total War fucking Troy. And it, yeah, like that's the thing with CAA Sofia is like they're a relatively smaller team and they've really done Total War DLC in Troy, and nobody likes Troy because Troy was trying to be Warhammer, but not. Is really all the Saga games are, but that's what they have to look for. That's what people want, right? People want Warhammer in the history games because no one wants to play those. But if they don't, then they're not going to be successful. I remember distinctly a guy I know. A guy I know. He loves Total War. He is Total War's strongest soldier. He has played no other Total War except Total War Warhammer. And he said, "Oh, well, all the other games sucked. They were all bad. Medieval, if I remember correctly, it was Medieval, Shogun, and Rome were all bad games. None of them did well. A Warhammer Total War was the only good Total War game." And it dawned on me there for a moment. I was like, oh, you have played no other Total War game except Total War Warhammer, and now you must compare every other game to it because you just have no prior experience. And when I realized that, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. It was Jover before it began. And that's just kind of that's your audience now, CA. Congratulations. This is the audience you wanted. This is the audience that you have cultivated. An audience that fundamentally does not understand or give a shit about your previous work. And you sent out a smaller, less funded team to effectively die miserably trying to fix it. It's great. And that's, I think, the ultimate issue behind Total War, kind of the Total War franchise, I guess you'd call it at this point, is it's trying to be a lot of different things, and none of those things are what people want. And people have been saying, like, well, they could fix it all by making total like medieval 2 or whatever. They can fix it all by making medieval 2, medieval 2. But I really don't think so. I think it's kind of personally, I think it's kind of Jover. Like I don't think we're gonna. I do not believe we are going to see a beautiful return to form from our favorite developers or whatever. I don't think we're gonna. I do not believe that will happen. I believe that we're going to see probably they're going to try to eke out a few games, but they've burnt a lot of goodwill, especially with Warhammer Fantasy. Warhammer 3 was kind of a shit show. Still is a shit show, if you want to be honest. So, Medieval 3, yeah. How well did Three Kingdoms? Three Kingdoms has like a really like, it's a perfect thing. It's a perfect game in like perfect setting, and they just didn't do much with it, and it wasn't. No one really likes it. It's like Total War Three Kingdoms. People seem to like it still, but as you kind of see, it's mostly positive. You can also get all of the $89 worth of DLC as well. You want to get the $89 of DLC? It's still $60, by the way. Yeah, it's apparently. Yeah, they kind of stopped supporting it after a certain point. They're like, we just don't want to give. We don't really want to give you anything else. Like, fuck you. They kind of gave up. Like, Fate's divided. Oh, this is a new leader. Mixed. Oh, hey, it's the Furious Wild. Mixed. You can always see that. Like, kind of the mixed. Balancing with Southern faction of obsessed over inanimate. Can be killed with it from two directions. Yeah, when most of the duels at hand generals, you let Guadu go down to level 5 Nam and nobody should not happen. Yeah, like Shize. Oh boy, here you want to play Shize? He's positive because he's fucking free. What happened here? Reviewing off topic. Yeah, what happened to all these? Oh. So they deleted all of these ones because they canceled a bunch of DLC for it. How did the world betrayed? Mostly positive. But yeah, you kind of see the yeah. So to answer your question, no, it's not doing too hot there, Chief. Yeah, so yeah, Three Kingdoms didn't do too hot because they just kind of abandoned it because it wasn't making Warhammer money. Troy kind of got shafted because everyone bought it for free and no one bought it afterwards. Because, yeah, I actually own Troy, by the way. I own Troy because they gave it away for fucking free on Epic. People seem to forget that part. You know, people seem to forget that part of Troy's history a lot. That they gave it away for free. Which I always found to be very, very strange. It always struck me as like, this is very desperate from Epic, or it's very desperate from you guys, from CA, and it turned out to be desperate on both parts. Because it was just a bad idea. Everything was a bad plan. Hello, Wuso. We are slowly making our way through beautiful Spell of the Black Magician. Talking video games, because I like talking about video games. The EGS doesn't exist, Notepad. It is all a ruse. No, it exists. It is... The problem is, it is the only major competitor to... It is the only major competitor to Steam. However, there's a problem. It's run by people who actively hate you. That's the answer. I forgot, yeah. Anything can distract me from it is the Day of Reckoning is good. Yeah, Tunzu, the Art of Losing a War, Director of Marketing at CA. Quite literally, yes. Unironic, completely unironically correct. It is quite impressive, some of the, like, CA just gigabrain fucking plans they come up with. Like, yes, this is my masterclass strategy. You don't understand. My brain is exploding with content. Like, what do you, no. CA, please stop. CA, what are you doing? Oh no, get down, CA. Toss, please. Experience. Treatment. Nipples. Character. 25 points for 1 life. Let's learn about the healing spell. As you restore health, you can cast a spell on both your spell and team members for 1 mana. 1 life is restored. That's really efficient, actually. That is incredibly efficient. Holy shit, that's a really good spell. Like, to give you an idea, that would be 75 experience for a first level character to restore 3 HP to you. That doesn't seem like a lot, but that's 3 HP for legitimately nothing. And it's not like you have a lot of HP to begin with, and it's just going to get better as further you go in. So that's that's an interesting spell. Oh, Crystal Shield. Open up. We're opening up, we're going guns blazing. Priest. Oh, my heart is blazing, as they say. Creates an insurmountable magical barrier around the casting spell. In fact, monsters up to 2nd level. Finding the spell, you'll have to watch the bewildered monster stumble into an invisible wall. Held for 1 round per priest level. The bewildered monsters. I mean, I don't think anything will be quite as good as the original spells, though. I mean, that's kind of like, yeah, are you really good as light? Create light. Allows you to feel the presence of unfriendly monsters. reading emotions. You can feel the emotion of the monsters. We cannot understand specific causes of emotion. For example, you can't feel the monsters feel or feel. 40 minutes of propaganda determines the end of democracy and the end of yours too. One life or one life cube. Life cubes. Yes, Black Magician has gone away with life cubes. Goodbye, life cubes. We hardly knew ye. I want the thing to think about it is, Tuber, is that every 3 damage is technically 75 experience. So, yeah, by the way, you only heal 5 HP, 5 MP daily naturally. Yeah, you don't heal a lot very naturally. But, that's the way that I'm seeing this is, that's 5 MP. You want to know what 5 MP is? That's 225 experience is what I'm seeing. 25 times 5, that's that's 125 experience per me bashing you over the head with a stick. I do 10 damage to you. You know, I heal you for 5, we go to sleep, we both restore up to full. Sorry, we're participating in classic Russian you know, tactics here. You simply just don't understand superior Russian genes. I'm not built wrong. I'm built different. Maybe I'm just built different. Built wrong. Yeah, let's... Ghost armor. Ghost armor. What do we learn about ghost armor? 1 mana per priest spell. 1 mana per priest level. Mana. Priest. 1 fight. 50 mana. 50 experience per level. 50 per level. The spell creates ghost armor for the protection of the armor determined by the table. It's determined by the table. We want to do priest level. This is going to be protection if I'm doing right. Yeah. Technically, by 3rd level, you can create. Yeah, effectively, you can create plate armor at high levels. Oh, okay. Lapel of the Dead. Lapel of the Dead. Undoing the Dead. Turn undead. If we're gonna. This is opponent. This should be opponent if I'm remembering correctly. Nepo's character. Effective protection against zombies, skeletons, vampire, and others called undead. You can make evil dead. You can make the evil dead simply stop noticing you. Turn undead. Go away. Aw. Alright. Power reading. Opponents. Feel the power of monsters. Yes, how could I forget the solve all my problems spell. I love Evil Dead. How much HP do you have at level 1? So at level 1, let's go up to let's go up to classes. The warrior has 20 HP. Technically you start at level 0, but at level 1 you'd have 25. The magician has 10 at level 1. The thief has 14. The priest has 13. The barbarian has 25. You don't actually have a lot of HP at the beginning. However, No one scales very well except the warrior, who gets 80 HP at the end. However, warrior cope, barbarians only get 85. Barbarians also suck at their job. We are on that permanent barbarian cope. Airwall. That should be character. A field is formed around the character which moves and protects him from being hit by arrows and darts from attacks from a thrown weapon. Spell does not protect against magical attacks or any other attacks from ordinary weapons. On 1/4 can create a wall force character from because one thing to note as well, there's no like battle map in this game. There's effectively just melee range. Forces of Darkness. Prayer's answer. The monster loses their attack power by 1. Attack power by 1. Identification of items. Identification of the item. This is going to be an item, object. I don't believe in object permanence. This is a psyop. Well, you should identify as an object whose purpose is not obvious at first glance, of course. No special need to identify. This invalidates an entire item, I realize. Oh boy. Yep, we're so fucking back, boys. Your charm becomes simply irresistible. You can convince anyone of anything. The only annoying limitation is that spell only works on humans. Innkeepers, guards, but does not work on merchants. You'll not be able to force them to give you anything for free or at a discount. Elves, with the exception of blacks, dark elves, and dwarves, you can convince the innkeeper to buy you a beer and explain to the guard that you're in a hurry for a very important errand and there's absolutely no need for you to pay the entry fee. Ogre that you're not tasty, or a vampire that your blood is poison. I like the implication that merchants aren't human. Yes, but the Korumu axe is with them. Wizards can't wield it, yes? Correct. Well, the thing is, there are elves and dwarves, you just can't play them. They're over there, behind that hill. They're having a lot of fun over there. See those guys over there? They're having a lot of fun over there. You can't see them, but they're over there. They're having a ball. They're having way cooler adventures than you. Over there. I mean, don't go try looking for them. They're not there. When you get there, of course. They are there, though. You can see them. I've seen them. The elves are cool. They're all smoking hot. Even the dudes are hot. Dwarves, 50-50, you take your pick. Like, everything, yeah, they're over there. You can't see them. You go into that cave. Where were you when you got cucked by? Yes, charm is again, I like the implication that merchants are not human. I think that really does sell the, this says character, and this is character. During combat, priest running the character targeted by the spell can improve his accuracy by 1 for 2 priest levels. Light. This is... I cast detect human. There's only merchants here. No. I see the light spell has not changed from Enchanted Country. Light, otherwise known as flashbang. During battle, you can turn the gods to serve you. Request grant good luck. Valid only for one roll of the die. Creating an illusion. Creating an illusion. Character. Or nap. During battle, you create an illusionary doubler. Double of your character fighting with you. The double of the course. This illusion cannot attack, but outwardly it is. See, I'm hoping that we have Phantom. That's what I'm hoping. Because in the original game, you had phantoms, Phantom Illusion, which you could actually summon to fight yourself. Truly, Russian agents' capitalism aside their rightful place. I remember reading that the Greeks had myth of merchant wolves. It is on the magician lost and even better than before. Oh God! Because in the original game, there was a ability for you to summon yourself to fight. Technically, it was just as good as you. So what you did, you could literally fucking clone no jutsu bullshit. Summon 5 of you. Summon 5 different variations of you, all with your own spells, by the way. And just have them all start blasting. Then I started blasting. In Enchanted Country, the optimal outcome was having 100 of you around. You, the wizard. Having fallen in the trap or bumped into the locked door, in other words, have found yourself in a situation. It costs 7, but that's pretty good, all things considering. The ability to completely ignore like a chunk of the game, being like, yeah, I don't feel like making luck rolls today, so I don't think I will. I don't believe I will make a luck roll today. No, I don't think I will. I'm being like, are you sure? Sure you don't want to make a luck roll? Yeah, I think I don't. I don't think I will. No. Sorry, no, I don't feel like it. I mean, it doesn't really. I guess you could, in theory, use it to block certain spells. Fire shield, character. Can protect himself from any combat spells. Fire shield cannot serve as defense against an attack with conventional weapons. Shield can be applied to both yourself and to other characters. There's 1 round per peace level. Shield disappears. Battle phone. Reach from level 5 to 7. Create a wall for 1 character. For 2 characters. The agents of capitalism will never get me. Vampirism. Alright. Mind you, this is the priest spells. For 3 monster mana. 1, 25 for point. Oh, I think this is the Eat Vampire. You drain the magical enemy from enemy for another character. The spell will work provided that you can apply the magical energy. The victim of this spell has no magical energy at all, or has been spent the magical tool. For 1 mana, you take 3 of the opponent's mana. So if you want to be, as a priest, if you encounter a wizard, just cast vampirism on them, eat all their mana, get all your mana back, and then proceed to beat the shit out of them. Oh, they don't have real luck? What a shame. Not busted, the spell. Yeah, monsters naturally have no luck. They need to roll legitimately max on their die to have a chance of beating this. It's a 92% hit chance. And nothing is saying you can't just burn more mana doing it. Like, a level 1 character with this, with 3 fucking mana, can eat 9 mana. You can eat so much mana from these guys. Being like, yeah, they only have 15 mana. I'm gonna eat all of it. Blah, blah, blah. He's a wizard. I'm just a little goblin. I'm just a little goblin. I see they kept the Super Saiyan mage. Yeah, I see they kept the Super Saiyan, you know, fucking Blanco ability from the original game. Because in the original, in Enchanted Country, of course, they had what can really only be described as Super Saiyan Blanco for wizards, which allow you to effectively break the game by allowing you to just cast spells for free. There's no explanation why you can cast these spells for free. You just go Super Saiyan Blanco. Double your strength, the strength of your friends. Attack with 1. Attacks of the 1. Yeah, cast power on the warrior. You're doing great. You're pogging, as they say. Oh. Why won't you die? Yeah, welcome to level 7, kids. Time to auto-apply these. Face situation, absolutely necessary for you. In this case, you can turn to the gods and give an answer to some question. Yeah, welcome to level 7 spells. Let me simply become the strongest warrior in the game, and let me quickly become the fastest warrior in the game. Zoom. In the distance, the roar of the spark. Double the strength of the mage and have a 69 double elbow. That barbarian class, this spell. Yes, in theory, I think the idea was you cast power on the barbarian and have him rip and tear. However, you also have Dex, which Dex allows you to instantaneously win the fight. Yeah, being a fighter is pain. Because the thing is, you can't even like cast like, oh, let's cast Dex on the fighter, and now he has really good Dex. Let's cast Dex on the barbarian. No, you have to cast it on yourself. This is essential to the gameplay. You understand, right? Imagine if Imagine if we had let the warriors have fun. Sorry. That's not allowed. Warriors have fun. When will they learn? Weakness. The enemy's too strong, and ask the gods to weaken the enemy. Are reduced by 2 times. Fire sword. Fire sword. Points for lives taken. He's not ordinary sword forms, but the guys that grabbed them a sword made of flames. Yeah. Yeah, no, this sword's fucking broke as shit, by the way. Weapons don't do that kind of damage. Because it gives you a bonus agility, too. That's the fucked up part, so you're better at hitting. Allows you to make all monster attacking you slower. Defense decreases by 1 for 2 priest levels. You can literally Zwerdo at this point. Level 8 only? Quite literally, this is the oh no, there's a monster. We need to bring our warrior to the front to say, and the priestess comes out, rips his fucking shirt off, fucking goes sonic speed, and just fucking murks an enemy immediately. Like, or our priest could use his flaming fucking sword on this. All right. Oh, wizard, what are you doing? Oh, you have infinite mana, and you're just gonna knock each other off to get super mana. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, now mind you, was this when 3.5 came out? Oh no. This was 97, Drusel. This was 1997. I think priests are not as strong. I think every priest deserves to get this by 5th level. Imagine. I want to be a real warrior when I grow up. No, you don't. Remember, kids, being a warrior is just being a failed cleric. Around yourself, in which all team members grant +2 to their strength value, and opponents, to the contrary, lose 2 points of strength. Oh. Uh-oh. Time return? Return to back time 1 round. Spells directed against operator. Flip the dice. Time dilation. Oh boy, time for time dilation. Why do they get time magic? Where do they get time magic from this? Time stops. Time stopped. Attack without opponent's response. The duration spells of 1 round. So, this is very important. At level 9, after he has mastered the ability, after he has mastered the blade, the priest can also then snap his fingers, literally become Poochie. And then snap his fingers. Snap his fingers, just... You're already dead. I can't believe he's made in heaven. Yeah, priests become made in heaven in this game, unfortunately. Minus all White Snake references. It's great. And I can really only assume it's going to get worse from here. I mean, it can't be that worse, right? That would be funny. Mana recovery. Forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. You can restore the magical instrument during duel by with the team, of course. Those who haven't managed to use it, applying the spell on yourself will not give any result, except wasting your magical energy. Damn, the wizard's dying. What do we do? Destruction of the dead. Points for a dead man. Creating an illusory being. During the battle, you can create an illusion of any monster or creature. Illusionary monster, of course, cannot attack. Double in absolute Lobo creature may appear in the battlefield. absolute Lobo creature inhabiting this world. However, it is impossible to choose whose illusion you want to create. An illusionary double of an absolute Lobo creature may appear on the battlefield from anyone. Yeah, one in doubt, summon Black Dragon. The elixir. Character. One team member is paralyzed, but you create a bottle of life-giving elixir. You drop it, which is to heal the victim. After the elixir has its healing effect, the bottle disappears without trace. Attempting to cast a spell in the absence of the paralyzed, petrified, poison team members, nothing but a waste of mana. Possible stock up on the elixir earlier in advance. Like, that's not a bad spell, relatively speaking. I mean, it doesn't do much for you, kind of like preparing-wise, but it's like, yeah, I have the ability to just magically save my friend from absolute suffering. Have no fear. Oh no, there's a problem. What should I do? Rely on a wizard. Character. There's all character. Ghostly boomerang. Oh yeah. Oh, it's all coming together, boys. You may not like it, but it's boomerang in time. Good flying boomerang. This is like your first, like, real actual combat ability, and it's a fucking boomerang. Magical strength, higher sword, prey hit 50 for 50 twice. Well, here's the thing, here's the thing that's fucked up, Tuber. Imagine this. Time stops. The cleric, dashes toward you, instantly kills you. Time resumes. You have not registered you're dead yet. He touches your forehead. Goodbye, you turn to dust. Your friends are shitting their pants because all they see is you just touch his forehead and you explode. Like, oh, it's over. Like, everyone just run. Like, I don't want to fight the time-stopping magic fucking cleric. Is this accurate? Probably not. Does it matter? No. Sword of Light. We've got a better sword, everybody. Oh no. Please don't tell me. Oh no. Do not tell me. Oh no. Oh, do not tell me. Priests are forbidden by the faith to use stabbing weapons. But during the battle, they can turn to the gods' request to grant them a magic weapon. Swords of Light are weapons the same kind as the fiery blade, but more crushing. The Sword of Light disappears at the end of the duel. When spell outside combat only leads for useless waste of magical energy. Sword attacks are 1 to 18. This fucking sword does 1d18 damage. I want to put this in context here real fast. Fucking Excalibur. The sword Excalibur does not do close to 18 damage, and this is the heaviest hitting weapon in the game. Now power that with all your other bonuses and your plus 18 million to hit. Oh, wa shinderu. Nani? You're not already dead. See, this is how you kill the Black Magician. See, this is what you gotta do. This is how you have to kill Jakob. During a battle. During one turn battle, you can become invulnerable. Enemy attacks will not bring you any harm. Animating a character. I'll change that to resurrection. Well, you were able to time stop, of course, Mara. That's the XP. Love how you gain XP for lives taken. 2 other spells like 500 XP. Oh. You expect to kill 500 people with your boomer. Well, I mean, that's just lives are just health in the game, luckily, but just the fact of like how much lives are you like you get XP for lives taken. It's boomerang time. I mean, in our current state of affairs, 2D, effectively 18 plus, like D18 plus 6. Let's just play a game. I want to play a game with everyone right here. Let's go to any dice. I'm curious. I'm just, you know what? I'm just curious. I want to do 1d8 plus 6. So you have a chance of 7 to 14 damage. You can do 14 to 28 damage effectively every round. Actually, no, that was 1d. No, I fucked that up. That wasn't right. That was 1d8, wasn't it? Not 1d18. Yeah, 1d18. You have a chance of 14 effectively. 14 to 48 damage every single round without factoring in any other buffs you may get. You go to kill a merchant. I'm a real barbarian. I'm a real barbarian. Hits one's arm, blows off. Everyone cries. See, that's the scary thing with merchants, Wuso. Again, you time stop, sword of light, superpower to the max. You go up to decapitate the merchant, he just grabs the sword out of you. He moves during stop time and grabs the sword. Because the power of capitalism is never ending. I can't believe capitalism won. Okay, that is all of the priest spells. Okay, so now for round 2. Oh God, there's so many more. Okay, this is it though. If we get through this is it. All right. All right, we can do this. We can do this, boys. I just need to get through every single one of these spells. It's 11 o'clock. I could do this. Let's 2.5 hours. I've got some beer left. I've got a coffee by me. Let's try it. What could possibly go wrong? Dun, 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 dun. What's the deal with airplane food? Does anyone actually like Jerry Seinfeld? Like, does anyone find Seinfeld funny? Not Seinfeld, but like actual like Jerry Seinfeld stand-up. I hate his stand-up. I find it very dull. I've never, like, I've seen like bits and pieces of it, and it's like, it exists. Nothing like I would go out of my way to like watch. It's been a while since I found like a. It's been a hot minute since I found like a comic that I'm like really like into, like a funny fucking comedian that I just die laughing at. Is this because I've become old and bitter and unable to laugh at humor? Maybe, but I'm hunting for one. I'm looking. I gotta find it. I will find my golden destiny. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's see. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, only six of these. Let's see. We can do it. We're so fucking back. Two, 1, 2, 1. Mekto, Nari na Krishna. Nay. Oh, we've got the master class. We've got legitimately the entire thing to think about. Let's see. Oh, I think I got 2, 1, 2. NA 2-1. Yeah, I think I just got something mixed up. Making sense? No, of course not. Why would we make any remote amount of sense in this game? This is a senseless game. This is the Seinfeld of role-playing games. And it's perfect. This is the perfect role-playing game. You may not like it, but this is what peak gaming is. This is what Gary Gygax would have wanted from all of you. You may not like it, but this is what we get. Welcome to peak game. Tawanda. Olay. There we go. Welcome to level 1 spells. Let's see. We're gonna need saves in this one. Luckily, you know what? I'm just gonna put saves in all of them. All right, we're just gonna put saves in every single one because that's what we do here. That's the plan. Rick and Morty, 100 episodes, million episodes, everyone. I love Rick and Morty is my favorite television show. I have not watched Rick and Morty literal years. Even though apparently the new season of Rick and Morty is kind of a shit show and nobody likes it. Because they had to, I know they had to shit can Justin Roiland because Justin Roiland was a weird dude. And because Justin Roiland was a fucking weird guy, he kind of skull fucked his career a little bit. I just realized there's 2 charts I need to do. Awesome. Cool. Cuckoo, choo-choo. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not responding to anything. Apologies. I'm not ignoring you. I am having focused moment. I'm getting motivated. Actually, it's 15, 15, 15, 16, 16, 16, 17, 17. I'm getting motivated. Yeah. Capitate everyone you have. A legit compelling setting idea. Merchant capitalism protected by dark magic. Or my favorite, 12d3 saver half. You move down 1. Their XP stats on spells. Oh, what do you mean there's fucking XP stats on spells? Give me the power to add everyone. Why in God's holy name would I give you the power to at anyone? That's the secret there, Chief. Why would I give you the power to at anyone? Something. Oh yeah. If you haven't noticed, I'm getting slower. My body is slowing down. The snake. My dummy thick ass is... Snake. And love bloom on the battlefield. They don't have a save on this because of course they don't. Let's consult the following chart. 2, 2, 5, 2, 5, 5. And a consult the fucking following chart. Bossman Kethia. 2. That's for 1 battle. I know that means 1 battle, so then we go to... I'm having to like manage like where everything is. It's getting a little bit confusing. If I do that should be fine. Mm. 50, no save. Got this. I cannot wait for this to be done, because when it's done, I get to have the pleasurable sensation that absolutely not a single human being will give a fucking shit about it. the rapturous sensation of no one caring. Ah. This is what I live for. Got anything cringe? Oh my god. Jesus. Why do wizards have so many spells? Ugh. The alcohol's taking cold level 1 spells. You skip. Alcohol's taking hold. Liquefied snake. Snake! Liquid snake! Call me a Metal Gear Solid because it's nothing but liquid! The USSRD? Ah. Mm. phantom boomerang. So, oh no, what time is it, everyone? It's boomerang time. Sir, shouldn't we use something more efficient than a boomerang? Nonsense! It's always time for boomerang. Sir, I'm not feeling confident about this. Boomerang! Hello there. Hello there, it's me, Boomerang. Me, Captain Boomerang. But yeah, no, it's speaking about superheroes, Captain Boomerang is not a superhero, he's a super villain with a very lame power of being able to use boomerangs very well. I do find it very interesting that people, the more, you know, the Marvel video, it's funny the number of people who aren't necessarily like, oh man, you know, this game, no one is defending that game. Not a single human being is defending it. And I was thinking, like, at least someone would, like, kind of like, well, I enjoyed the game. Like, no one really is. Everyone's like, this game kind of just sucks. And I thought it was pretty fair. I thought it was pretty generous to it, actually. It was just like, yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I think I think that's the issue with that game, is like, I don't really hate it at all. I'm like, yeah, you kind of got a good mix of everything. Exactly what I thought it was going to be. And I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. There is nothing inherently wrong with it. And I think that's the part that annoys more people than anything, is the fact that, like, hey, here's this game from Marvel that through the sheer production value has become fine. Not good, not bad. It's just horrifically okay. And that is the funniest fucking thing in the world to me. The fact that through all this effort, all of this, you know, time and blood and sweat and tears, legitimately they just made an, alright. They made an alright game. Not a good game, not a bad game. A perfectly okay. And I find that very funny. Because I think, like, the worst games in any capacity, really, to me anyway, the worst games are not, like, games that are just, like, objective, like, oh, this game is just really bad because of these reasons, or, like, the game is, like, mechanically terrible. No. The games that are bad to me, the games that really, like, I say are truly god-awful terrible, are ones that are just boring. They're boring to read, they're boring to play, they're boring because they do nothing interesting. That is, like, ugh. It was during the NFT shitstorm and Troy voiced it. Did he? Huh. See, it is amusing that NFTs are effectively dead. Because, like, oh, for kind of like the big push of, like, oh, NFTs are the future, man. NFTs. The drastic fall off has been such a unique situation to even just, like, witness, because it's like, how did this happen? Like, you guys were so confident that this was the future, and here we are, definitely not the future. But there are still people who, like, fight tooth and nail for it. And I don't know whether to feel bad for them or feel, like, just tired more than anything. Like, hey guys, you could stop now. It's over. We get it. It's over. And, like, no, it's going to happen. It'll happen. It's happening. It never was going to happen. Nobody liked the NFTs. Though I did do one night in the server, we got very curious, and we did at first it started as like kind of a little meme, like go through like, haha, look at all the NFTs, hee hee hoo hoo. But then it quickly just delved into just going from wallet to wallet to wallet, and just slowly realizing the amount of money some of these things are going for now. Weird NFT games, Azukis. Azukis are big still, like weird, like, oh well, you own this. This is the big money. This is where the big money is. It's just like, oh no. And ever since going through those various NFT projects, I noticed some things that were just like, oh, this is just a goofy, weird, terrible fucking profile picture. I'm like, no, that's actually an NFT that you own / bought. Oh no. And like, part of me doesn't want to just write off someone's opinion because they're into NFTs, but another part of me is like, oh, like, hey, brother, hey. I'm not saying your opinion is less than others. I'm just simply stating that your opinion is not as valuable. He did, because the only thing about the game I can remember. Well, the thing with NFTs, the idea behind an NFT tuber was fine. If you really look at the intention, because all it was a digital bill of sale. You really want the most basic understanding of what it was. Hey, I have created an art piece. I am going to sell it on this magic thing called the blockchain. And whoever buys this art piece is the legal owner of it. And I don't got to worry about it. I don't have to go to a show for it. It's not a commission project or anything like that. I can just draw whatever I want, put it on there, it's done. The thing is, what happened was it became a money thing for people, because what you could do is just upload a bunch of these really cheap, shitty images and start funneling money around really easy. It didn't become about the art piece or anything like that. It became a part of it became more money thing. The receipt became more important. So you've got all of that. So you've kind of got the idea of like, oh, well, you've now got people just passing money around. So it's like, well, no one wants to just pass money around. That's ridiculous. So they started playing on communities. It's like, oh, well, you're a ape holder. You're an Azuki holder. You're a this holder. You're a this holder. And it became like, oh, well, we want to do a game, like an NFT game, where you can use your monkey to run around or something. Yeah, play to earn, things like that. The problem with NFTs is that they got taken over by incredibly intelligent people who decided to commit bank fraud. If you want to know the entire thing. Honest to God, it was the entire history of art history. It was the entire history of art history in about a year and a half, really. Because the NFT thing did not last very long. People think it was like, oh, it's been here for years, but it was only about 2-3 years, really. Actually, not even 2-3 years, about 2 years, really. It was like the NFT craze that these were like, so much money was put into NFTs. But then everyone got involved, and then everyone had different projects, and then there were sub-projects, and then people were doing rug scams. Because crypto is still the wild fucking west, by the way. That's one thing to fun. That's a very fun thing. The crypto sphere is still the wild goddamn west. And I am really hoping this FTX thing, my hope anyway, my dream is that this FTX thing is proven, is kind of sets some legal precedents behind things. You know, is good, bad? Well, kind of depends on your opinion on things. But I think it will be good for everybody involved to kind of take a moment and realize, like, hey, crypto has a lot of money in it. There's a lot of people invested in this. Maybe we should not treat them with complete contempt. Maybe, just maybe, just hear me out. Scamming people is bad, and we shouldn't scam people in weird crypto schemes. Because it's not just like one crypto scheme or two crypto schemes. There have been hundreds of these things. And a lot of them are a lot smaller than others. A lot of them are a lot larger than others. But like just the fact that people are getting fucked, and that's like that sucks for, you know, people who are trying just to say, hey, I want to make a living for myself, or hey, I am just, you know, doing my best to make some money, and suddenly you get kind of you get messed, you get fucked over, and then there's money involved, and then you burn everything away, and then it's like you never had any money, and it becomes a mess. And that is a bummer. It sucks for people who are doing their best or playing by the rules, if that makes sense. Like, it's a bummer for the people playing by the rules, but now they're getting screwed over heavily by just people being horrible, because there is zero incentive to not be a horrible human being. Which I think is kind of which I believe is to be the major cause of most problems in life, is that there is zero incentive to not be a terrible person. And if there is zero incentive to not be a terrible person, people are going to be bad to each other. That's the nature of the beast, I think. So I'm hoping that there's at least some crypto something. I think that will benefit. I think that will benefit the crypto sphere. I'm not in the crypto sphere. My cousin is, though. So I know enough about it because of him. I think that would benefit it in the long run. I'm not saying like strict, like super hardcore regulation. I'm not a Johnny Fed. Let's just call a spade here. But like currently what's going on is like, it's just people scamming the shit out of each other. And it's like, there's going to be an issue one day when someone tries to out scam one another. And suddenly it's like, oh, cool, global financial collapse again. I love 2008. 2008 was a fun and exciting time for everyone involved, and in no way wrong. That's my unnecessary opinion on fucking crypto. There's a lot of debt in it. That's why it's left on its own. At least some artists made some money on it before AI took their jobs. Yeah, there were some people. I know Stone Toss became like a millionaire effectively. Like, that's one of those funny things. Is like, yeah, Stone Toss is a millionaire now because of NFTs. Which is funny to say because he just sold a bunch of NFT stuff and made a shit ton of money. All right, good job, team. Oh, God. All right, let's go. Let's do this. 6. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spells. Alright. Why do wizards have so many spells? On one hand, cool that that the wizards have more spells. On the other hand, fuck. God damn it. Why do you have so many spells? Need to wait. Da 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 da. I am operating off pure instinct at this point. I am the milkman. Call me the milkman. Don't know where the fuck I am. Apureto. 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 $13, $12. No, say Bahamian. Inshallah. We are Cossack Gaming currently, everyone. I wonder, are there any Cossack inspired fantasy settings out there? I mean, I guess there would be. Like, there has to be a Cossack inspired fantasy setting somewhere out there. That'd be goofy if there wasn't. Like, 7th Sea, Drama System. COD Cossack and Warhammer Realm of the Ice Queen. Cossack Outriders and Iron Kingdom. Fate System. Disney Pola. Ooh. Oh yeah. Being pinged by someone. Who are you? Yeah, exactly. Discipola. Mathweather. Good night. Good continuation. I don't know if you like to say that in English, but fuck it. Notepad's Ultra Instantino. Mathwhite 13 is good balance on DTA team because 66% hit, but literally first level wizard spell lets you spell auto hit. That's what Gygax wanted. Damn straight. Gygax was secretly always hyper wizard focused. have to, I will hunt this down later. We're close, guys. I can taste victory. The other spells can't be that complicated, right? Right, everyone? They can't be. We're only on 7th level spells. Because if we're on 7th level spells, we got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 only has 3 spells, so that'll be easy. Oh, God, there's so many. Okay, 7 only has 3 spells. Cool, we can do this. This is fine. Man, I got a game tomorrow too. This is the best part. Here's what we're gonna do. New plan. New plan. Notepad is going to get something to drink. Hello, I am back. 4th beer. Yes, I've had 4 beers today, but it's been over a couple hours, so it's fine. That's how it works, right? Right? Can you imagine that the Polish game is using this system? It's not using this system. I know that. It's using a weird D20 thing. 2nd edition is anyway. But hey, that's the fun part, right? Got all that. We don't. 9, 5, 10. 9, 5, 10. Bahia. Bahia. Bella noche. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Any saves to worry about? No, there are no saves at level 7 spells. Oh boy, I sure do love having no saves at level 7. Like, there comes a weird clarity with this game every now and again, where you see it and you're like, ah, yes, this makes sense. This is the kind of content that the Russian people desire. What they need. Let's see. 8 only has spells, so this. What? Having a stroke there. I'm like, can I influence individual cells all of a sudden? Yeah, so you can't inflict individual cells. Okay. For just a moment, I thought I had discovered the secret to fucking human existence. Because I was like, oh goodness, this is it. I've discovered something that I've been looking for fucking years. They probably changed without me telling me, because that's what Google does. Google intentionally gaslights me, their strongest soldier, to for my own good. They gaslight me. They need to make sure that I'm on my toes. And I'm always looking out for the next big thing. Imagine if I wasn't paying attention. I might have noticed something even more important. Might not have seen the real answer. You have a save of 15. That's all you have. So